What's up, everybody? All right, so we're running a little late tonight. You know, my wife took a long time in the shower, and she didn't want to save water tonight, so I had to wait. Other than that, we're here. Welcome to the Mr. Poseidon Livestream Weekly. We talk fishing here. I like to say we talk with some of the best out there. We got a great guest on tonight, Matt Broderick from the Fisherman magazine, editor over there. We're talking a lot with him tonight. Super excited. My wife's telling me to turn down the music, and I don't want to. But anyhow, so we've been rushing, trying to catch up.
What happened? What did you press?
What did I press? What did I do?
I don't know.
Are we back
went
now?
to the beginning.
Yeah, I hit it with the scissor over here. This is the one I used to stab you earlier with that I missed. But anyway, I'm just kidding, guys. So anyhow, what else did I want to mention tonight, honey? About the Montauk Striper Challenge, guys. My suggestion is get in there quick. There's only 25 more seats left. Plus, registration is closing September 14th. If you need to pay in cash, we're going to reopen at the event.
No, you mean October 14th.
Yeah, October 14th. What did I say?
September.
September
14th was yesterday.
Yesterday. Yeah, it's closed. No, I'm kidding. So October 14th, registration's going to close, and then it's going to reopen again, cash purposes only, because we don't have a credit card machine or whatever you want to call it. So we'll be accepting registrants that morning. Again, only 25 seats left for those bonus boxes. My suggestion is just get there and get it on right now. Get your box solidified. You'll be in the second tier, obviously. You guys know. And the biggest news I got for you guys is this, is that those first tier bonus boxes, they're up to $250. After today, after getting all the lures and what we were talking about, that's what those boxes are worth, you know? God bless everybody out there who's getting one of those boxes because they're the best. Just make sure you understand this. Make sure you show up. Do not call me up and say, yo, I'm going to pick this up for my friend. Please, don't do it. You're going to embarrass yourself because I'm telling you right now, do not do that. Let's play the fair game. If you want your box, you got to show up, be at the contest, and have a good time because I do it all for you guys, and it's only going to get better. The surf fishermen will not be forgotten, and remember, this is an extreme sport. People are sitting there right now going, what do you mean? Because who goes out fishing in the rain? Who goes out fishing in nor'easters? That's crazy. Who goes out fishing in the middle of a storm and gets on the jetty? There are a lot of us that do it, love the extreme part of it. This is an extreme sport, and it has to be known like that. We have a great surf fishing community here, great surf fishermen that I learned a ton off of, and I'm still learning every day. Other than that, the jacket for the competition, it's almost done. I'm getting the final patches delivered next week. Then I can finally go out to the tailor. Who knows, a day or two he'll have them on, and I'll finally show you the completed product, and I can get them delivered to the champions of 2021, which is Gelso Pescarella, and 2023, last year's champion, that was Brandon Saucely. Guys, it was great competition. We're working on the third week. Next year is going to be the our fifth annual. We're trying to make it a festival. Get the kids involved for a snapper derby. The teenagers involved for a teenage striped bass competition. Obviously, the ladies have their treasure hunt for Sephora this year, $500 gift certificate. We'll probably do the same thing for them next year. And also, we're going to add in a family bunker throwing contest. Pick up a slimy bumper from the cooler, walk up to the stage, and throw it as far as you can. I will be adding soap to that. I let Matthew Broderick know that earlier. So if you're allergic to soap, don't join. Other than that, it's going to be a great time next year. We're going to try to get vendors down there around the circle where they usually have the farmers market or they have a lot of art shows there. Maybe we can load it up with a bunch of guys selling lures. And trust me, this competition will grow. It will be in remembrance to the surfcaster in Montauk. And it will go a long, long time. As long as I'm around, it's going to grow. And I'll make sure you guys get the number one product that you decide to join. Thank you so much for the Montauk Striper Challenge, everybody who registered. Okay, honey, anything you'd like to say before we start?
Saying hello to everybody.
Yes.
Thank you for welcoming me back. Hi, everybody.
And the camera's a little off because I had it set up for Larry Northbar, and he's a lot taller than you, and you look like you're at the bottom trying to dig out of that hole over there. What's going on?
I know. I got to prop myself up.
Yeah, we had a good day today, right? We had a lot of fun.
It was wonderful.
Yeah. Wasn't it wonderful? No, it was. It was pretty cool. We went out. We went to a museum together. And we saw our neighborhood here, Rockland County, the beginning of Rockland and how it started. And when they first built the Tappan Zee Bridge, how everybody bitched. Oh, we don't want you here, just like we used to do in Montauk, and now everybody's there. But once they built that bridge, everybody came on over, including us in 1998. My wife was here in 1984. She's the one who got me up here. I'm sure glad I'm here. I got 3 hours to Narragansett. I got 3 hours to Montauk, 4 hours to Massachusetts, 4.5 hours taking 95 straight up to Maine. I am here. I am around the circle. New Jersey, South Side, love fishing there. I'm always down there. I'm right in the middle of the mecca of every bleeping fishing town you can imagine. I love it. Thank you for bringing me up here, darling. Now, let's get to our guest. Say it. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying we have a few people joining in from Florida. Fish Culture from Boca.
Yo, Fish Culture, what's up, buddy? How you doing, pal? Good to see you. You know who that is. Wormway, let me get my reading glasses on. We'll say a quick hello because we got Matthew Broderick waiting, and he's pointing at his wrist like he's looking at his watch right now. I'm in trouble. Here we go. Antagonizer Laws, what's up? Tom Hood, Carl Newman, how you doing? Oscar Valdez, welcome once again to the show. Ronnie M, always here. Brooklyn Fishes, what's going on? Representing a little tonight, the Uptown Fishing Crew. Ronnie M, thank you guys.
Ronnie.
We're up to $4,504 or something like that. I'm looking to get to $5,000. We had one gentleman make a $100 donation straight through us in our Venmo, so we got $400 more to go before we make that first prize. I think we got 2 or 3 more weeks remaining here before we officially have to close that down so I can get that money. You know how that works. You need 71 years to wait for your check to clear. So that's why I'm shutting it down a little early. Let's see who else we got out there. Ronnie, and we said Tom Hood. We said Greg Pinellas. Greg, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Love you, Greg. How you doing? Brooklyn Fishers. We said James Flynn. Striper Fishing Adventures. Let's go, baby. That's right. You got it on. Wormway, Mike Kish, Small Water. What's going on? Fish Culture. I ran out already. Small water charters. What's going on? Keep going down, honey, the other way. You just keep like ripping by like I'm a speed rider. Yeah, can you stop? Do you have to stop? Turtle Cove, how you doing, Ken? We got your product. We're waiting to get everything so we can make a video on opening up everything. I can't wait. I can only imagine what's in there. Ange the Gorilla Angler spoke a little to you today. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Oski, up at the canal. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Who else do we got out there, honey? Anybody else? You want to scroll?
Here we go.
Yeah, we also, John Perone.
Thank
you so much for that donation. That was very nice. Guys, remember, we're taking Sal Goes Fish Killer. What's up? Chet Zing, how you doing? Who else do we got out there? We didn't say. Night Shift Fishing. How you doing, Matt, up at the canal? Good to see you. Delco Joe. What's going on, Delco? That patch just looks better and better every day. Thank you so much to all the donators out there. Delco Joe will be helping out with the rulers this year. He's making them for me. All the advertisers will be on there. Everything is sent to him.
Matt,
thank you, Joe. Thank you, honey.
I'm just going to hang up with Matt and just ring it right back for the connection.
Yeah. So right now, I am asking, is Bill Jacob, are you out there, buddy? The Wombat Man. How you going, buddy? Bill Jacob. What happened with Matt?
Yeah, I'm just calling him right back.
Okay. There he is. Yes, sir. I'm waiting for Mr. Bill Jacob to call in. He's going to call in and give you some news on updates on what's going up with the Montauk Surf Association, a couple of the competitions he's got going on. Let's go. You can call my phone, Bill. Hey, honey, maybe you want to do this for me? I don't know how to.
Hold on.
There it is. Let me make sure. Bill? Billy? Hold on. We got to get Bill on. Hold on. That's why it's on speaker. Hold on, Bill. Hold this, honey. I got to get this on. Oh, boy. Where is the... there it is. I got it. It's here. And pair. And it should be coming up on you.
Okay. There we go.
Bill, you're there?
Bill, you got to shut off the stream and just keep the phone so you're on.
We hear you. Are you there, Billy?
I don't have the stream on, but hold on.
Oh, there you go. You're good. I hear you.
We hear you now.
Loud and clear. So, Bill, you want to tell the guys what you got going on? And this is Bill.
This was
Yeah, Bill Jacob from the Montauk Surf Association.
Yeah, just wanted to call in because everybody's using Montauk for fishing, and next Saturday they have the annual clean the ocean beaches or whatever it is. We do the Montauk beach cleanup and the trail trim up to the north side. This way, you guys can get your trucks down there 2 at a time. Should be able to get through now, but we got to trim back those trails. It's sponsored by the state and Montauk Surfcasters Association. Will be there with the trail trimming gear, plastic bags, gloves. We need you guys to show a good presence there.
Yeah.
This way we can have all these tournaments out of Montauk. If we don't show good presence, they're not going to want us.
Bill gets the hookups for us guys, but I'm going to tell you why. Because he does a lot for the parks there. He works with them. We do our trims, our cleanups. I was actually involved in my first one this year. I suggest you guys go down. I'm going to try to make it very hard. We have our new company there, Bill. It's been a little tough, but I am definitely going to try to do it. And that date is when? This Saturday?
Coming Saturday at 10 a.m., Montauk House Lower Parking Lot. Anybody that comes, I'll give them a Montauk Surfcasters shirt, brand new shirt, and then you guys can all look like Montauk Surfcasters out there leading the way.
Sounds great, man. Sounds great. You know what? I'm going to try very hard to make it. I'm actually going to go in tonight. I looked already. They don't have anybody off, so I might be able to get this one. It's just a little tough with this new crew, and we're all settled now, and hopefully I won't come back and be like, yeah, Eric, yeah, you're fired. You went away too many days. It's 2 days. But anyway, we'll see what happens. I definitely want to show up. Bill, anything else going on? Any derbies or anything like that?
Well, there's a lot of stuff coming up. That's why we got to get those beaches cleaned up, so we look good out there.
Right.
You got the Surf Masters tournament taking off.
Right.
You got the Fred Garofalo tournament, which I'm sure Matt's going to talk about when he gets on there.
Right.
And a lot of stuff going on. We want to show a good presence out there that we give a damn about the beaches, and that's why we fish them. And
That's
hey,
right.
It's right in the middle. It should be the beginning of the blizzards hitting the beach, we hope. So, we'll do a little cleanup early in the morning and then hit the beaches in the afternoon and the evening. So try and get out there, guys. Like I said, show up, meet up with you, and get your free Montauk Surfcast.
And also, I want to let you guys know, the plan was for me to be out there on Wednesday. Rick Hernandez is also going to be out there. We're planning on being out there doing a little fishing. But now that I hear about the cleanup next Saturday, Bill reminded me now on online here on the show, I think I'm going to be showing up. I suggest a lot of you guys to show up. Show faith, man. Show good faith. Come on down. We're all surfcasters, and it makes it easier for us to get permits and things we need. They really do things good for you, but let's just show good faith. It doesn't mean because you're going to do something good, you're going to get something back, definitely, but there's a good chance you're going to get treated right. So get it down and come on down, and we're going to have a good time at the same time, because last time I went, it was freaking great. I had a great time. You don't even know you're working.
Okay. All right, Eric, Mr. Poseidon, thank you, Mrs. Poseidon.
Absolutely.
See you on the radio, on the show again.
Yes.
And we'll catch you out of Montauk, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you
Bill.
so
See you
much.
soon.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, buddy. Take care.
care.
Bye-bye. All right, guys, there you go. You heard it really quick. I had to have Bill call in about tonight's show. Okay. We can turn that off. All right, so let's get to our guest now, 19 hours later. I'm sorry about that. Welcome, Matt, to the Mr. Poseidon Show. Let's Talk Fishing. Very happy to have you here. And we got Matt Broderick from the Fisherman magazine editor. What's up, Matt?
Hey.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
I'm not getting any sound.
Oh.
Hold on, buddy.
Well, thanks for having me, Eric.
Oh,
there you
there you go.
How you doing, man?
Great, fantastic.
You
I think we're
scared us
just
for a
delayed.
second.
Is it delayed or what? Talk to me.
Hello?
Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
We're good.
We're good. It's all
Got
good.
me?
Yep, we got you, Matt, and I'm sure glad I got you. We've been talking for a while, a couple of years
Hey,
now
how you
since I
doing?
met you.
Is it there? All right, we're good. All right.
Oh, wait.
I think we got a delay. You know
Something's
what?
up.
We're going to call you right back, Matt.
Yeah, we'll ring you back.
We're going to ring you right back, buddy. I'm sorry about that.
That's so weird.
So I want to make sure that we ring him back and we got a better connection. It's been a little bit of a delay. Before we were running good. I don't know what happened
this
now, right?
happens other times. The test is absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely.
And then we go on live.
How the
and
beer,
I don't know.
I got to admit, honey, the beer dye came out delicious tonight.
Okay.
Beer dye looks good, right, guys? I don't look like I'm 90 anymore. I look like I'm 89 now. All right, so.
Let's see if we could do this.
Let's see if
Maybe
we
you
could do
want
this.
to turn off the thing and also do the reset on that button.
This one? Yes,
Yeah,
honey.
the-
Yes.
Hold on, guys.
Shut down. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the Mr. Poseidon Show. Let's talk fishing! All right, so my wife's working on getting back to Matt Broderick. There he is right there, honey. Give him a call. Let's see how this one works out. I hope it's better.
Why does this... Okay. Maybe that'll do it?
Maybe. Okay, he's coming. He's coming. I see it coming. The picture is coming in.
And we hear rustling around.
He's coming. There it is. Matt, are you there? There he is. There he is.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Perfect. Now you're in. Hold on. We're going to pull you in the stream right now.
All right.
All right.
Hey.
Now we're good. How you doing, Matt?
Let's see if there's a
All right,
delay
I'm
now.
in. I'm doing good. How you doing?
Beautiful. So much better right now. This isn't the first time. It's not only with you, Matt. Every once in a while, we don't have the best of connection, but we work it out and you're live. What's going on, Matt? Good to see you on my show. I finally got you on. I'm so freaking happy tonight. And what else did I want to say about you?
What's he been doing?
Yeah, what you been doing, Matt?
What I've been doing, a lot of local stuff, fishing. You know, of course, this time the magazine, it's crazy this time of the year. We got a lot of stuff going on. We got all events going on. September 26th is our big show at the Huntington Hilton. That's from 5 to 10. Great turnout. Packed out room, all surf vendors, inshore, offshore, stuff like that. I think we have like 8 seminars going on. So we've been planning for that. Of course, at the end of the month after that, we have the Montauk Classic. This is the Fred Galfaro Montauk Classic. That was changed the name in his honor. Great tournament again. That's one of the rituals the Fisherman does with state parks.
Sure.
This year a little different. We're doing it at the weigh-in is going to be at Montauk Anglers Club.
Right.
So as we all know, Paulie's went out of business.
Sure.
So and he was the long-time weigh-in for this tournament. So we were able to find another weigh-in spot, which is the Montauk Anglers. They accommodate us right away. They hopped on board, and they're going to take over the responsibilities that Paulie's had in the past.
Of course.
So we've been doing all that stuff, and like I said, just the magazine, and it's busy, but it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff.
It is. It's a nice club there, and I call it a club. That's what they call it. It's the Montauk Anglers Surf Club. That'll also be advertised on my jacket. I like to call it the new surf fishing spot, and I actually like it, man. I don't know if you've been there. They have benches outside. They have a stage for any kind of speakers or things like that. I love that place. It's very clean inside. Look, Paulie's was a classic fishing shop. You walk in there, and you felt like you were walking into a Jaws scene, talking with the guy from Jaws in there. But that's how it was. It was a real fishing shop. It was a grungy shop. Now you're walking into classic white walls and so on, beautiful ornaments of giant sharks and stripers and the whole works. It's very nice. It's very clean, and I like it. And the two gentlemen, Will, who runs the place, and, Chris, who runs the place. Will is the owner. They do a great job, and they accommodated the surf fishermen very well. I did a little short video on them, and ever since I did that video, it's been even more product has been bought in there. Great shop, great guys to do business with, and a nice little place if you want to have a drink or something to eat.
Yeah, it definitely is a great place. We actually did a seminar there last month. We did a little snap jig seminar right on the back area, so I know exactly what you're talking about with the benches, all that stuff. It was beautiful evening, and great venue just to hang out at. And you can feed the striped bass there too. They have the resident striped bass. Did you do that?
Yes, I did. There was no doubt I wasn't
was pretty
doing
cool.
that. I had one. I saw one come up at least 35 inches. I was like, wow, I can only imagine what'll
beautiful fish.
come up at night over here, But obviously, I don't think docks are legal to fish in over there like that. It's too easy of a catch over there. My goodness.
Yes.
It really is. But anyhow, Matt, I want to talk a little bit about you, something a little bit off the subject of stripers. So ever since last year, maybe even the year before, we have some of the fish that set in warmer waters up here in the Northeast now, which is quite incredible. But all the newer species that have introduced themselves, especially the mackerels that have been around, also the, I know down in Jersey, we used to call them up in Montauk, the one with the spot on the end. What was that called? A channel bass, they used to call it, which is
a redfish.
Which is actually a redfish, exactly. And those have set back in and starting to come up northeast. And let's talk about the cooters. The cooters have always been around, but I don't think not in an abundance like they have been this year and maybe last year too. But this year especially, and definitely the tuna. What a game changer, and off the beach too. It could happen.
Oh, it could. It definitely could happen. And it has happened. I could tell you a story.
Yes.
It was back when my mentor, Fred Galfaro, used to fish the surf years ago.
Yeah.
He actually hooked a tuna from the surf, and it landed itself. They either go one way or the other. Most of the time, you hook a fish like that, you're going to have it's very rare you're going to land that on surf gear. And I'm talking about surf gear from 40 years ago. So it's monofilament we're talking about here. He hooked the tuna, and the fish actually landed itself. It was a confirmed catch on the beach of one of these, 50, 60 pound tuna.
Wow.
So it has happened, and I know for a fact it has happened.
Wow, that's amazing. It excites me to know that there is a chance. I know in Jersey they were by the shore. Also in Long Island they were by the Shinnecock Inlet. I heard they were close by there on the beaches. I was like amazed when I was hearing these stories. I've always thought of a tuna as more of a deep sea fish, and I think it's the the yellowfin that comes about a mile offshore. Usually
more bluefin.
Bluefin. Okay, there you go.
Typically the bluefin come a little close. The yellowfin they get a little deeper.
Gotcha.
But the bluefin you'll get them close up.
Good. I don't know much about tuna, but I guess now over the years I might just have to know more about tuna. But going back to you, Matt, I never spoke to you before. I should have asked you this earlier, but how did this whole fishing thing start with you, Matt? Because I know you're still a young man. You told me today you were 17 years old, right? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I wish I was still 17. I'm 29.
Yeah, 29. I know. And tell me a little bit how this started for you, the fishing thing. I mean, are you doing your life dream of working for a fishing magazine? Tell me.
So the whole fishing thing started, of course, I guess you could say the textbook way. When you're a young kid, your dad takes you fishing. We used to do like the party boat trips out of Cap Tree, stuff like that. I did a lot of freshwater. I would ride my bikes to the lakes and stuff like that. But mainly it started, on the Cap Tree boats. My dad would take me on we used to go on the Captain Bob a lot. That was out of Mattatuck. The boat doesn't sail anymore. We used to go on that boat, but we used to go on the Laurel Lee. All the typical party boats around the island. We used to go on all them. It started there, and then eventually I'd ride my bike to the lakes, do a little bit of that. I got into freshwater a lot growing up. I actually got into freshwater probably more than saltwater for, I'd say 5-6 years before I can really drive around a car. Sure. Then my one buddy, he got his license. We started to fish together. We started fishing saltwater. We went out to Montauk. That was, I think, one of the first surf trips we ever did. We did that. We used to fish Shinnecock Inlet. We used to do Mauritius Inlet. Of course, I got my license. I started driving, and I'd say right after high school, really, going into college, I got full-fledged in it.
Wow.
The thing was, so back in high school, not a lot of people notice about me, but I used to golf. I was a really good golfer back in high school. I played varsity for 4 years. So to be good at something, you have to do it a lot. And at that time in my life, I was like, I liked fishing a lot, and I was good at golf, but you have to play, to be good, you have to play consistently 3-4 times a week to keep the rhythm, to be, good at it consistently.
To improve. Also.
And I was like, well, I can either fish a lot, and learn a lot like that and get good at it, or I could keep golfing and maybe that'll take me somewhere, just maybe. And golfing kind of frustrated me after a while because I hit some bad shots, and it's a very frustrating game. I don't know if you played it before.
Yes, I have.
It could, so you understand it could be a very frustrating game.
Yeah, but I used to do 9 par in a hole, and I'm like, I could do it in 12 maybe, and I sucked, and it was very, very frustrating. Oh yeah, I paid more for the balls than I did to go play golf that day.
So you don't understand the whole thing, but as I was saying, it's just you can do one or the other. You can be good at one thing, really, or really good at another thing. And I kind of chose the fishing thing, and I got pretty good at fishing, learned a lot of stuff. I was out there every night fishing during the day, whatever it may be. And I picked the fishing route, and I mean, I guess it paid off for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. No doubt about it. You're working for the Fisherman's magazine. Let me ask you a little bit about that. How did you get involved with the Fisherman magazine? How did that happen?
I used to work at a tackle shop after college. I worked there for several years. Learned how to do rods. All that good stuff. Learned a lot more than I already knew.
Right.
I'm just going out there fishing. You learn a lot working at a tackle shop. That's one of the places. If you're a young person, a kid or something like that, one of the best places you could ever work is a tackle shop. You learn everything, knots, whatever it may be. You learn how to do it. Put the line on your own reels, stuff like that. Fred Galfaro came to me. I guess it was when we started going to like the Fisherman show that I mentioned earlier in the broadcast. He came to me and he asked me, would you like to write for the magazine? Would you mind doing an article or something like that? And I said, yeah, I've never really written before. I didn't really write that much. I wouldn't mind writing, So I put something together, and of course, when you're passionate about something, it comes naturally. The words flow naturally when you're passionate about something. And I was able to write very well when it pertained to fishing and stuff like that along those lines. So I wrote an article. He said, you want to write another? I wrote another article. Wrote a few more. I wrote for Surfcasters Journal a couple pieces too. So very good guys over there too.
Excellent.
And one day Fred came to me and said, would you like to do a seminar? And I said, yeah, I'll give it a crack. So I gave a seminar at the Fisherman show. This is probably 7 years ago. Had a great time. A couple more clubs reached out to me. I did some seminars for them too. I know I did some for North Brookhaven, Ward Melville. You've been to that event before. I did some seminars for them.
Right.
Did a few others. Really was out there. At this point in my life, I was out there fishing 5 nights a week, 6 nights a week, burning at both ends, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And just one day, I got a phone call from Mike Caruso, who's the current owner of the Fisherman magazine, asking me to come down to the office, which does not exist anymore. It was in Shirley.
Okay.
We used to have a corporate office in Shirley. Now we all work from home.
Right.
But I came. He didn't really tell me what it was for. So I went. He said they want to do some content with me, like video stuff. And I was like, all right, that's fun. I did some stuff with St. Croix at that point too. I was helping them do some rods and do some rod designs and field tests and stuff like that. So that was another thing I was doing before the magazine. And I went down, and it was Fred and Mike in the office.
Right.
And he goes, well, we didn't really, but we kind of did. And I was like, okay, so what's up? And they said, well, we want to gauge your interest and see if you'd like to be if you're interested in becoming the next editor of the Fisherman magazine. And, I right away you're taken back because, anybody who knows Fred Galfaro, Eric, I don't know if you know Fred Galfaro.
I met him at the Bill Wetzel Shindig twice. That was all I met him before he passed. Rest in peace.
So if I had to sum up, the definition of who Fred was very quickly, he was probably somebody that if you ever meet him once or, just not even meet him, but spoke to him on the phone or read his stuff, he left a lifelong impression on you.
Yeah.
One of the nicest people there ever was, one of the most gracious people there ever was in my life. And it's just one of a kind, one of a kind, gone too soon, but one of a kind of guy.
Yeah.
But anyway, so back to the story. They said, well, are you interested in becoming the next editor of the magazine? And I was like, this, and, Fred was there for 40 years.
Yeah.
This is a 40-year-old job. Basically, it opened up. Fred was the editor for Long Island, and that's to fill his shoes are big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was the man. He was Long Island fishing, and he to this day, you say his name, and it's like, he was, he was an amazing person.
Right.
So I had to think about it. I thought about it, and I went at it. I took the job.
Nice, of course.
I've been there ever since.
Yeah. Are you happy? Do you like it? Do you like being the editor of the magazine, Matt?
No, absolutely. It's it's a very unique job. It has its challenges, of course, like any job, but at the end of the day, it's it's a very fulfilling job, and just to to help people and make them happy and, provide them with great fishing content and to be a part of something that, that's a passion of mine is amazing. It really is. There's nothing like it.
Yeah,
we
no
have
doubt.
a comment
Yeah.
from
Go ahead, hon.
Turtle Cove Tackle says, hello to Matt Broderick. Matt's doing a fantastic job with the Fisherman magazine. He's a big asset to the magazine. Nice.
Tell Kenny I said hello, and he was one of the first guys who when I first started doing this, I chatted with him. This is probably going back 3-4 years.
Yeah.
I was trying out some of his stuff. He had the Boga holder.
Sure.
And I loved it. And I still have the same one on my belt to this day.
Me too.
So he was one of the guys who, right from the beginning, he was like, oh, I want you to try this out. It's in the works. Or, I think he was in the early phases of the design. And I loved it. It was a great product. And Kenny's a class act. He really is.
He really is a good guy. When I was going through my issues last year with the surgery in the hospital, he was really a good guy. He helped me out. He had some information on what I needed, and he really was great. We also got your package, Kenny. We haven't even opened it yet because I'm waiting to get everything in, and then I could make that video. These are the donations that have been coming in, the sponsors that are going to put their patches on the jacket for the champion this year. I can't wait for you guys to see it. I'm going to get the last of the deliveries next week. Immediately, I'll be going out to the tailor, which I already have, and he'll be putting them on, and then we can finally get them to the winners. Also, I got 2 inside linings coming. They have about 50 collage pictures of their photos in black and white, and that'll be on the inside of the jacket on a rectangle going from the front all the way to the back. Should be really nice. I can't wait for you guys to all see it, and good luck to who's ever registered this year for the tournament. You're going to have a shot at that jacket, plus a $5,000 first prize for that gentleman. Good luck to you guys. It's all about you. We got the longest cast, most accurate cast for $1,000 each. We also have awards night. You have a raffle, which you guys will be going for prizes, basically averaging about $750 from rods to Van Stahl reels. And I say that in plural. Also, Van Stahl 7-inch titanium plier on top of the one that's in the second tier bonus boxes. The first one has the 200 Van Stahl. Good luck to all the players. You guys deserve it. This is not over now. It's only going to get better. Next year, I'm planning a festival. But let's get back to our main guest right now, Matthew Broderick of the Fisherman magazine, the editor there. And go ahead, honey.
Want to show this picture here?
Yeah, definitely show it. Now, I want to show them the picture. I mean, they probably saw it already on the internet. But go ahead, transfer it, honey.
Yeah.
So that huge fluke. Let's talk about your fluke fishing this week. What's been going on with that? Please tell me.
It's been amazing.
Look at that giant.
So, yeah, it's been really good. There's a ton of peanut bunker around right now. And for whatever reason, I live right on the South Shore, over by Patchogue over there. And for whatever reason, in a spot that typically fluke don't show up this time of the year, or maybe nobody's ever tried in the past, really. I don't know, whatever it may be. There's been an I would say a very good bite of fluke. And it's been all on live peanut bunker. It's really easy. I launched a boat, throw the cast net, get 40, 50 baits, put them in the air, the live well, zoom out there. If it's not 30 seconds, it's 45 seconds and you're fishing, that kind of deal. So it's really easy. You can go for a couple hours in the morning and be back, before 8 o'clock, really, if you really want to be. And it's just, live bait fishing, fun fishing, and the fish are all pretty good size. They're good fish. And, it's fun. You're catching these fish in 5-6 feet of water. So they fight like heck, when you hook them.
Yeah, right.
It was interesting the other day. I took out Doc Muller, who is, he actually was the editor back in the 70s for the magazine. So he had my job back in the early 70s or something like that, in the beginning days of the magazine. Writes to me to this day, and we've been talking about fishing. I fished with him once last year, but I've been telling him, I got to get you out. We got to get out. Finally got him out. And, of course, how it goes. You get somebody on, you're like, we got to catch fish, this kind of thing to a degree. And we got out and we caught a bunch of fish, and we actually came across something we have never seen in like 3 feet of water right on the beach. We found Fluke blitzing on peanut bunker.
That's pretty cool.
Like nice size coming up because there's something blitzing over there because it's flat colony. You can see everything. So we shot away from the other boats. We went, a mile or two away.
Yeah.
Saw this little pot of peanut bunker getting blitzed on. And I said, oh, they're getting blitzed on. Maybe it's like cocktail bluefish or something like that, or small schoolies. So we got a couple peanut bunker threw into school, and right away we got hit. Yeah. I think we missed the first couple fish, and then, we hooked up, and they're all Fluke. We had 5, 6, 7 Fluke in a row.
Wow.
These Fluke were chasing these peanut bunker up in 3 feet of water, blitzing on them.
That's so cool, bro.
Boiling on them. Yeah, I was like, holy cow. And Doc's, he's been around a long time. I go, Doc, have you ever seen this before? He goes, no, I've never seen this. And I was like, that's awesome. And he's like, yeah, you learn something every day out here fishing.
Yeah, I have to tell you something.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That he took something away from that. That was very cool.
That is very cool because I'm going to say something right now. A couple of years ago, Fishaholic Rich, he had a video out in Montauk, and he was showing Fluke, blitzing basically, boiling. Let's call it boiling because they kept coming up, and they were hitting on the peanut bunker, same like you, in about 3 feet of water. He didn't have the size that you had, but it was the same thing. That was the first time I ever saw that. I didn't even think something like that existed before that. And here you are telling me now the same story, which is pretty freaking cool with that nice catch, Matt.
Man. It was cool stuff. I've never seen it. And, you got to remember, Fluke are very aggressive feeders. So it's not out of the, it's not really unbelievable, but it's just something you don't see every day. It's not the way we Fluke fish.
Right. Guys, we're getting some pretty cool stuff here. Matt, congratulations on that fish. Awesome Fluke you got that. I know you were also telling me a story about a gentleman who got a 16-pounder, dude. Yeah,
that was last year.
Yeah.
I saw the picture. I think he sent it in to the magazine, if I'm not mistaken. And I said, holy cow, off the boat.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Amazing. Yeah.
Off the boat, that's unbelievable. 10 pounds, 12 pounds, that's an amazing fish.
Absolutely.
But from the surf, over 16 pounds from the surf for Fluke, that's that'll never happen again.
No, I don't
That's
think
like
so.
the equivalent of catching I don't know, an 80, 90-pound striper to catch a 16-pound Fluke off the. How would you compare that? What is that equivalent to? I've heard. Stripe? I don't even know where to begin.
I've heard stories just like yours. The fish you caught was beautiful. How many pounds was that? About 10 and a half, 12? 10 and a half, 11? How many pounds was that?
What's that? Yeah, it was a big fish.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say is that's where I heard the sizes ranging. Inside that 9 to 11. I've never heard anything higher than 11. And when you said 16, that's why I said to you, Matt, are you saying 16 pounds? And you were like, yeah, that's crazy. And I'm like, that's the biggest Fluke I've ever heard
16 pounds from the surf.
Wow.
Actually, I interviewed the gentleman. Really nice guy. I interviewed him because it was an unbelievable story. So we interviewed the guy.
Yeah.
And bucktailing for stripers. And he caught this fish and he was like, it hit. And he's like, oh, it's, he thought it was like a 34, 33-inch bass.
Sure.
And lo and behold, he brings it up. It's a 33-inch Fluke, 16 pounds. I think it was 16 and a half, actually, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have the exact weight, but I know it was over 16. And he just pulls this thing up on the beach.
Yeah.
It's like, you got to be speechless catching a freaking 16 and a half pound Fluke or, whatever it was.
Yeah, that's wild.
From the surf.
Even now hearing it, I'm like, wow, we got Ange the Gorilla Angler. He goes, my personal best Fluke was like 12.5 pounds from the surf. Weighed in on a boga grip on an SP Minnow. Delco Joe also says, I have videos of flounder blitzing in Manasquan Inlet at night. Pretty wild. Wow. Pretty cool stuff. Guys, just to let you know really quick.
Yeah, Fluke are cool.
Yeah, they definitely are good. And they are good eating, I have to say. I like them.
Yeah,
at the end of the show, we're going to be giving away these lures. We have both. One is from Northbar. One is from Sporting Wood. Both made by the man, Larry, who was on the show last week. And these are the giveaways at the end of the show. If you did the right thing and you registered as far as tagging 3 guys and so on, you're in. We'll be doing that at the end of the show. Thank you so much for that, guys. Thank you for that, Larry, also. Larry was a great guest last week, honey. He was awesome. And you took care of it you were the moderator from Florida. Yeah, the remote
control.
The remote control. That was great. Anyhow.
Larry's a great guy. Fished with him many times.
Yeah, wonderful guy. And he looks great, man.
Side by side, I fished with him many nights.
Look, I'll show you, Matt. You had him on the magazine here. What a great shot of him, huh? North Fork magazine.
That's an awesome shot.
Oh, my goodness. Such a good shot. I know.
He's a big guy, too.
Yeah,
he's
a big guy. I could not believe when I saw him.
He's easy to pick out at night. When he's fishing at night, you can pick him out real easily.
Yeah, no doubt. I saw him when he came to my home, and I had a car come get him. He's like, no, I'll drive. I'm like, listen, Larry, how old are you? No. This is a 2.5-hour drive. I'm getting a car for you. So we got him a car. He showed up here. When he came out of the car, he looked like a 1950s actor, like a who's a sharp-looking guy that made the I don't give a damn guy. What's his name?
Clint.
No, from the 50s. Frankly, my dear.
Jimmy Stewart.
No, that wasn't Jimmy Stewart.
Who are you talking about?
Jimmy Stewart.
Clark Gable.
Clark Gable. He was like Clark Gable.
Nobody knows
Cary
Clark
Grant type of guy like that. Yeah, no, nobody knows him. But if I said Brad Pitt, they'll be like, really? He looks like Brad Pitt? But anyway, he was a great guy, fun guest to have on, very knowledgeable. And I told him I'd love to have him on again. And he is definitely going to come back again.
We have a question from Fish Culture. You want to read it?
Yes, you read it.
Oh. Ask Matt if he thinks the influx of sharks in the past few years has had a negative effect on the surf fishing stripers in the summer in general. Negative effect on surf fishing and also stripers in the summer in general, ?
So it's actually funny. It's ironic that question was asked. Great question, by the way. First off, I'll start off with I have had a lot of people reach out to me telling me, this similar thing where they're reeling in bass all summer and halfway in the fight, they get bit in half by a shark. And it's been multiple times. I was on the phone with my buddy today. He said, yeah, I got this report. This guy was fishing back in the summer. He hooked 15 bass. Every single one of them got chopped in half by a shark.
Wow.
So, think about it. There's some strict regulations on sharks. There's a lot of, they're protecting a lot of these fish. Brown sharks, Mako, there's a moratorium on Mako right now. Is this growing population of sharks, putting a damper on the bass population? I'm not a marine biologist. I can't answer that question for sure. But all I will say is I am getting more reports of striped bass coming back, when they're reeling them in, chopped in half. Of course, you have to wonder, are these sharks corralling the bass? Are they keeping them off the surf?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. That's a possibility too.
Tough.
But the boats, there's a lot of striped bass being caught and bit in half on the fight by sharks. I
know the movie. I don't know if you saw.
Oh, and actually, that reminds me.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that reminds me. Chris Paparo, he's a marine biologist. I don't know if you know he fished Sky Photos. You know who he is?
Okay, go ahead.
You've heard of him before?
No.
So he just sent me a survey to put in a magazine on this. I think it's the University of Massachusetts or something like that. They're doing a study on this. They're sending around a survey to anglers. They want them to take the survey and say, hey, have you heard about this? Have you experienced this kind of thing happening when you're fishing? So it's being studied now by colleges. They're studying stuff like this. So it is a real thing.
Wow. I want to go off the subject just for a second, and we'll come right back. John Perone wrote earlier that I know you mentioned golf, and you're a golfer. He owns a golf shop, by the way, John Perone. John, if you're out there still, where do you own it? I think you mentioned Florida, but I just wanted you to know that since you play golf. Do you still play golf at all, or is it just a given-up game?
I try and go a couple times every year.
Okay.
Just to go because I out there and hitting the ball around and just go walking the course. And it actually is a very therapeutic. It can be very peaceful. If you don't get too like serious about it, if you don't take it too seriously, it's a good time. It really is. You're going out there with a couple of friends, getting a cart, whatever. Maybe it's good exercise too. I haven't gone this year. I did go a couple times last year. I'd like to go out there and start, doing it again. It would be nice to do that. So it is on my list.
Awesome, awesome. John Perone just wrote back. His golf shop is in Cape Cod, and the name of the golf shop is Fit to a T Golf Shop. So there you go. Just wanted to mention that since you mentioned.
I'll stop and see him.
Oh, there you go. It's a beautiful thing. What else did I want to say, honey? I know we were talking earlier, Matt, something that you wanted to talk about. Maybe you want to talk about that a little bit?
What topic are we talking about?
If
you could refresh my memory.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember, too. It was something good, though, and I was really interested in it. What were we talking about, honey? Do you remember?
Before, no, I wasn't on. But I just want to say here,
I forgot.
Ange the gorilla. They say the sharks are keying in on the sound of the reels drag. It's like a dinner bell for them.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Could that be real?
The reel sound.
I haven't heard that before. Again, I'm not gonna discredit it because I don't know anything about this stuff.
Yeah,
but
who knows?
I would assume maybe I don't know. I haven't heard that before, but I would assume I think maybe more of a fish in distress would certainly be a pretty big trigger
Big time.
for a shark to pick it off.
And
That's I think that's the obvious one.
Yeah.
But maybe the reel drag is a real thing. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah, but what you said, though, a fish in distress, and what can a fish look more in distress than being on a hooked on a lure? So, we saw that
Well,
movie.
listen, I mean, you've talked to Brendan before. You've seen his pictures.
Yeah.
Brendan Cecile.
Yep.
You've seen the fish he's caught, bitten in half and stuff like that. I spoke to Alberto too. I'm good. I'm buddies with Alberto.
Sure.
Crazy Al.
Yep.
He told me he would swim out to Weakfish Rock with and he catch whatever it was, bluefish or striped bass.
Right.
Back in the day, and he had a stringer full of striped bass.
Sure.
And the story was he swam back, and there was only fish heads on the stringer or something like that. That's the story he told me.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's got some good ones. He's another hardcore fisherman all throughout his life. If you've gone to any of his seminars, I'm talking to everybody now, you'll hear some good stories with Alberto. Very knowledgeable fisherman. He really believes in the hunt and how to hunt these things. And he's always learning. He's still doing new things. And you can learn a lot from his seminars. If you can get to them on the winter shows, I would suggest anybody should do that. I'm hoping to get him on the show one day. It'll be really great. We'll see. He's always very busy. He's running around the world fishing with different people, trust me.
So I've done one of those trips with him.
Yeah.
When I went to Florida.
Nice.
I went to Florida for the sole purpose of fishing with him.
Wow.
For a week straight. And I got to tell you, at the end of it, I was like, it was nuts.
Yeah.
It was a nuts trip. I was like, you're crazy, man. I know why they call you crazy now,
That's why. I know.
I think we covered like 1,200 damn miles in Florida. It was nuts.
I got to tell you.
And that was in like 5 days.
I'm laughing because I'm not going out with Alberto because I don't want to get eaten by an alligator or crocodile, whatever the freak lives down there. I see these videos on Instagram, normal places where people go fishing, and there they are hiding in the water in front of them. One chased the guy up a little hill or whatever, and when I see stuff like that, I'm like, I can't do it. I just can't. I can't do it. Did you fish at night with him?
Oh, we fished at night during the day.
Wow.
Sun up, sun down. We fished. That's all we did. It was. I'm telling you, it was just some nuts trip, and it was on the go.
Yeah.
We're in where were we? The Everglades, and then I wake up and we're in Cape Canaveral. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Yeah. I'm watching, the swamp and the Everglades one day. The next day, I'm watching the rockets launch. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, holy cow, what's going on?
That's pretty cool, man. Good guy to go fishing. He actually hooked me
Great
up.
trip.
Yeah, he actually hooked me up with a captain down there that me and my wife go out with now. Captain Phil Pica. he hooked me up with him, and now we use him all the time. He's a great captain down there out of Fort, what was it, Fort Lauderdale?
Fort Myers.
Fort Myers, yeah. Fort Myers, just a good guy. And pretty much that area's pretty much built up again. I know they're still building it up, but great guy, and I appreciate that. What's up, Edwin? Edwin Rivera. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. We're here with Matthew Broderick tonight from the Fisherman magazine, the editor there. Just getting some good stories. His Fluke stories. If you were around earlier, the blitzing Fluke, pretty cool story. If you want to see everything from the start to finish, you can always wait till after the show and get back on and watch it on Rewind. That's what makes me money, about 7 cents per video when you watch it. I'm very happy. So anyhow, other than that, I am so glad that I had Matthew Broderick on. It's been a few years. We're always saying we're going to have him on. I finally got him on. You will be representing your magazine on my jacket, as your logo will be coming in next week, which I can't wait for also. It should be looking very good. I have all the best of the best on for the winning champ of that competition. Matthew, anything else you want to finish up with? Anything else you want to say to anybody? Anything?
I'd just like to say, it's just, we got a lot of season ahead of us. We got through the summer, and it was a great year so far.
Yes,
We had a great fluke bite. The fluke bite was excellent this year. South Shore Bays, just a consistent fluke bite. There was always something to catch, kind of thing. There's some nice fish in the mix too, but it's really good right now. In fact, you can go fluking right now. Now is the time, because all this bait's coming out of the bays right now. And I do reports today. So before I was on with you, I do the reports for the magazine.
Sure.
Magazine comes out on Monday. I did reports on Sunday.
Yeah.
Multiple reports of 10-pounders. Mauritius had a 12 and change. Montauk had a nearly 14-pounder late last week. So there's big fish out there right now, big fluke out there right now. On top of that, the tuna bite is insane. It's off the hook right now.
It, man.
Today I got multiple pictures of a nice tuna, getting them on the chunk, on the jig, on the troll. It's all working. It's been a good bite, and some bigger fish showed up recently too. And again, we're going into the even better time of the year. We got some tog on the way. That's one of my favorite kinds of fishing. I mean, almost where I've given up a lot of my striped bass fishing in the fall during the day to target tog, blackfish. Unbelievable. If you've never done it before, you got to do it. You got to do it.
Yeah. I got Mario Gandini. He's going to ask a question. I got to ask you before you go. Ask Matt, while fishing on the island, has he ever caught a fish from the surf that was unexpected? For example, a type of fish not typically found on the island.
Personally, I don't think I've ever caught anything like that. I got reports of a lot of stuff caught like that too, like in May and June. They sent me a lot of pictures of big redfish caught on the island, up to 40 pounds. Multiple 40-pound redfish.
Freaking nice.
There was a tarpon caught up in New England this year. You saw the picture. Did you see it?
Yeah.
The guy from the surf caught a tarpon on eel.
I can't believe it.
Big tarpon. Personally, I haven't caught anything out of the ordinary.
Right.
Not that I remember.
Right.
Of course, I've caught stuff that, unexpected at certain times. I've caught, maybe I was going for striped bass. I caught a big fluke at night or something like that.
Right.
Or, I caught like a weak fish where I didn't think I was catching weak fish, but as far as those southern visitors go or stuff like that, I've never really got lucky and caught one of them.
Yeah. All right.
We have
That's
a question from Jack Frost.
Yeah.
Can you ask Matt if the tackle shop will be open 24 hours for weigh-in during this year's South Shore Classic?
It should be. I have to double check. They might have been working out some details with that with the Montauk Anglers Club.
Sure.
So tell him to contact me, my email if he has it. And I'll try and get a better answer from the state. But they were working out some details. I think that is something to do with the staffing at Montauk Anglers Club. And as I think they would be okay with that. But again, it's not up to me whether the shop wants to open 24 hours or not. They were working out the details with the state. So that was the furthest I knew about that.
Got it. Very good.
Let's see. There was
Okay.
Tyler saying there was a podcast about the guy who caught a tarpon
Out of the surf.
out on the surf.
Yeah, there was guys who caught up
Yeah.
in Rhode Island. They were catching them too, I heard. You know, but it's
There-
fun,
there
fun
was a-
fish.
So Eric, there was a run of tarpon some years back. You know, I'm talking like 20. I think it was 20 years ago. Fred
Wow.
told me this story. There was a run of tarpon in Peconic Bay. That was the guys were targeting them and hooking up with them.
Wow. That's pretty cool, dude. In Peconic Bay, dude. Wow.
Yeah, you could target them.
Wow.
In Peconic Bay, a school of them came in,
Yeah.
and they were getting them in the pound traps. Couple tarpon, couple guys were targeting them, and actually, I think either hooking up or catching them. 60, 70 pound tarpon in
That's
Peconic Bay.
huge. And I have to tell you that back
Yeah.
in those days, I used to go out there. I used to fish for bluefish there, and I used to fish for porgies there. And I went with my wife many times. They have a private beach down there, but if you go, you can get your pass for the day. At that time, I remember it was $20. Used to park at the top of the parking lot. There was a little beach with a little like jetty set up over there, and it was great. I spent many years there fishing, and just great times over there. I don't remember the tarpon back then. Obviously, I barely knew anything about fishing. I always fished by myself, man. I went fishing with my dad, who was not a sports, kind of guy. He never was. Nothing. No sports at all. But he took me fishing because my mom pushed him to take me fishing. And he took me fishing. We never caught a fish together. The guy was this total spastic when it came to fishing. But I loved him very much. He took me, but always bird's nest. He had a boat pole. He didn't know about spinning rods. And when, every time we used to go, I used to watch the other guys. We couldn't get it out there. You have to have that special touch on your thumb to throw a boat pole, a boat reel out there, to get that line out there. Too much, it's going to go 10 feet. Too little, it's guaranteed a bird's nest. And most of the time, it was a bird's nest. But watching over the people over the year with their fly rod and casting rods, I learned. And on my first paper out, that was the first thing I got. And I got a combo reel for $14 from a place called TSS, Times Square Hardware it was called or something. And that's where I got it from. And on my very first cast, my dad brought me out to Captree, which we've been there before. And I went for Fluke, targeted Fluke. I had my Achilles back then. That was the big bait back then. Today, that's just too expensive. But I went out there with my Achilles. And on the very first cast, Matt, the reel and everything went down with it. Just let it go. It fell. The guy next to me let me a treble hook. But if you know that's the boat. That's the, area where the water moves. That thing was way gone. But I spent 6 hours and, crying on the car ride home. And I was freaking 15 years old, whatever I was. And I saved up. 3 weeks later, I got another reel. And I was so scared that I tied that one up right to the railing and to my
It
hand.
happens, man. I've seen rods yanked in before.
Yeah,
I've seen it happen multiple times.
Yep. That's the fishing game,
Tough.
and it's what it's all
Really
about.
is.
And I always believe, Matt, that the harder you can fish, the more time you can put in. I don't care what you're using. Eventually, you're going to hit that big fish that you've always dreamed up. But always remember, yes, you're going to hit it, but please be ready with your gear. You got to have fresh gear. If you're planning on catching that big fish, I don't care who you are, you got to have the right size treble hooks on. Because if you're going to catch a 50-pound fish and you got a 2X hook on, unless you're a professional fisherman, you're going to go back and forth with the fish and you're not going to lose it. You might have a chance of bringing it in. But most chances are, guys like us, you got to have a 4 or 5 time hook on there and make sure you're, 50-pound braid, 60-pound braid, maybe 80-pound leader, 60-pound leader. Make sure it's all prime. One little fray in that line, the 50-pound fish is going to snap it like it's nothing, like it's a piece of thread ripping off from your button. That's how easy it'll break. So have your gear always primed. I've learned too many times. I've lost too many big fish because of that reason, because I'm lazy. I see it a little frayed. I'm like, yeah, all right. And then that big fish comes and you have no chance of catching it. And sometimes it can be a once-in-a-lifetime treat to catch a 50-pound bass, especially if you don't fish a lot. Remember that. Have your gear always primed and just fish very hard. Matthew, back to you. Again, I want to say thank you for coming to the show. I was very happy you are going to be on the show. It was a great show tonight. I'd like to have you on again Go ahead, honey.
Somebody was asking Matt here. Dave Matthews was asking. Ask Matt if it's weight or length for the. What is that? The classic, maybe? South Shore Classic.
The bluefish. Yeah, so the bluefish is going to be weight. The striped bass is going to be length because we want, we just wanted to make as as friendly as possible.
Me too.
As healthy as possible for the striped bass.
Yeah.
So the striped bass, I think we're gonna have the ruler again. The state's gonna provide those, and it's gonna be a length for the stripers. Bluefish you could weigh in. It's gonna be weight for the bluefish. So that is how it's gonna go this year.
Fabulous.
We got rid of the kill category for striped bass, which is slot.
Yeah.
We got rid of that, so we're just doing the length striper and the weight bluefish.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I'm, catch and release only. Please don't come back to me and say, I kept it. It was legal. Because then you're going to be disqualified. Just make sure you catch it. Try to get it back in the water as quick as you can. It's his only length. Again, you got to have a partner. When you're fishing my tournament, you must. Because who's taking that picture of you when you catch it? You got to be in front of the fish. The ruler's fully stretched out so we can qualify you as the winner if you catch that big fish. So make sure you come with a partner. And if you don't worry about it. There's going to be so many people down there. I did it last year. You'll get hooked up with somebody, and no matter what, you'll be able to fish that tournament. Trust me. If not, I'm always there as a backup, so don't worry about it. Anything else, honey, that we wanted to say?
Oh, that's it. Does Matt want to hang around while we do our giveaway?
Oh, I said, yeah, sure. But hold on. Delco Joe's asking, how do I get to do the rulers for the states? So, Matt, Delco Joe's making the rulers for me this year. He makes the rulers himself. So if you got sponsors, everything, he puts them on the ruler for you.
So Joe, actually, we were looking for a ruler guy. I don't know if the state, because I left in the state's hands. I didn't take care of the rulers and stuff like that. But the state, they were looking for somebody to work with to do the rulers. So please tell Joe to reach out to me on my email. It's mbroderick@thefisherman.com.
Yep.
And if they didn't, I think they already sent out rulers, but going forward. Next year's tournament, we'd be more than happy to work with somebody to do some nice rulers for the tournament. That'd be really nice.
Where's that ruler, honey? I had it over here. No, this is not the one. Oh, I don't know that. Wait a second. Hold on, I gotta show you.
Did this the other time.
I did this the other time. I had it and it was ready, and I'm like, I got it here, and now it's not here again. But anyway, Joe makes a really nice ruler. It's one of those rulers you just pull out. It doesn't bend. It's just straight, and then you just roll it up. It's really small. Something like this. It looks like a roll, just like that. But it's like I don't know the material, Joe, if you want to say what it is, but
stays flat.
It stays flat. It's beautiful. It's a nice size. You can see the numbers on it. Yeah. So that's what he does. He makes those rulers. He's making them for me this year. So you heard it, Joe. You can get in touch with Matthew. Let him know who you are about the rulers. And you
actually tell Joe. We have South Shore Classic coming up, which is the next tournament in the end of October.
Okay.
There you go.
So we may be looking for somebody, to help us out with that. Tell Joe to get in contact with me, and I'll give you the contact to deal with at the state level.
Yeah. You're saying it's PVC. That's what it's made out of. Really good stuff. If you try and cheat by bending it or anything, it's going to stay creased, and then you're going to disqualify yourself. Trust me, it's a nice ruler. I like that. That's why I'm using it for my tournament. And Joe, thank you very much for that. You got a great patch, Joe. All right, other than that, let's do the giveaway right now. If you put in for the video, which was the one where I showed these two beautiful lures. I know you guys are loving both these lures. Northbar, been around a long time. Sporting Wood is made by Larry Northbar. He was on the cover of North Forker magazine right there. And he makes a great product. I know you guys love this Sporting Wood, an all-wooden plug. These are bottlenecks. Oops, that's the wrong one. I picked up another one. The bottlenecks, they're both bottlenecks, is classic lures that he invented a long time ago. And let's go. Are you ready, honey? Tell me when you're ready.
Okay.
You ready?
We can do the little countdown.
Yeah, we're not doing any countdown, nothing. We have to see the winner first.
3, 2, 1.
And the winner is
Chris Ploth.
Chris Ploth. All right, put it up so they could see it, honey.
Oh, switching over.
There you go. You got to put it up when you say the name.
Chris Ploth.
Chris Ploth, if you're out there, you get the 10-second countdown. You got the win over here. All right, here we go. 10, 9. This is the Mr. Poseidon special countdown we give everybody. Fish Culture says Sporting Wood makes the best daughters also. Yes, he does.
Yes.
Let's keep going. 7, 6, 5, 4,
Oh, where's Chris?
3, 2, 1. Chris, sorry you're out. Let's go to the next guy. Chris, we'll get you next time, buddy. No worries. Keep on coming.
Okay.
Damon St. Louis, what's up, buddy?
Wait, don't say the name. They're going to think they're the winner. Hold on.
Yeah, I know. And here we go. And here we go.
And we've got... We have...
Johnny
who's
McFish.
this? Johnny McFish.
Johnny, you out there? You got to put it up so they could see it.
Hold
honey.
on. Here we go.
There you go.
Johnny McFish.
Johnny
Oh, wait,
McFish.
look.
Oh, Chris.
Come
Chris.
on.
Chris.
Why are you
Chris.
doing
It's
this?
already gone, Chris.
Ah.
Now what do
when
I
that
do?
happens.
You know, I'm sorry, Chris. I'm so sorry, buddy.
What
I'm
do
so
we
sorry.
do?
We're gonna do it. We gotta do the 10-second countdown now for
And Tyler
Johnny
Bennett saying,
McFish.
Congratulations, Chris.
me. I'm here. John Perone, I'm here. John Perone, you're Johnny McFish, aren't you?
All right.
Check it.
Johnny McFish. Who's
Yeah.
this? Johnny.
Is that John Perone?
Confirm. Yep. He's like,
Yep.
I'm
There you
McFish.
go. I see it right here. It says it. All right, congratulations. Chris, I'm so sorry, man.
Aw.
We got to go by the rules. It goes like that for everybody. Don't worry, buddy. You'll always be around. You'll get another shot. There's been people that missed it. I'm so sorry, Chris. I'm so sorry. Chris is a great guy. And by the way,
I
you know who that
know.
is? He's the guy that showed me the picture. He took a picture last year at my challenge. Absolutely beautiful. You know what I'm talking about, Matt? I think he showed you that one. He took a
I may have seen a picture. I think it was the guy surf casting with
Yes.
the lighthouse in the background. Was that?
Yes, I
Yes.
love that. I was going to use that as my pin this year. We couldn't do it because the artist, anyway, that's another long
We have
story.
it on the website, though.
We have it on the website. Yeah, we got that up. I like Chris Ploth. I met him last year at the challenge. Thank you, Chris. Congratulations to John Perone. You win, John. Get in touch with me on Instagram. Leave me your address there. DM me for that, obviously, and we'll send it out. We're about 4,000 laws behind in sending things out, but
No, we're not.
no, we're not. We're only, 19 behind?
We're not.
No,
We're
I'm
up
kidding.
to date.
I'm kidding, sweetie. All right. Once again, thank you guys for coming to the show tonight. Thank you to
Thank you, Matt.
Matthew
for coming
Broderick.
on.
Thank you so much. Editor
Thank
of
you
the
guys
Fisherman.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You've been great, bro. More better than I ever thought you would be, brother. Thank you so much. I'm getting to know him better. Thank you. Guys, anything else,
Thanks,
honey?
everybody.
Thanks, everybody, and we'll see everybody
you
next
next
week.
week.
We got Beast River Fishing on next week, representing the inner city fishermen. Let's go, let's go. We'll see you guys next week. Here we go.
Thanks,
Woo!
Matt. Good night. Peace out, everybody.
Take care, everybody.